Welcome back to Jay's Oracle. I'm your host, Jay's Oracle. So, Taurus, this is a special spread. This is the new Jay's O spread, and I have an introduction to this spread. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play that now. Welcome to the Jay's Oracle O spread introduction. So this spread is similar to a zodiac spread or a horoscope spread, except for the proprietariness of Jay's. It's going to be the cards in the middle. The middle card inside of the O is not a significator in the Jay's O spread, as well as the root card, the bottom card. The middle card is the advice card, and then the root card is the card that has some kind of an association with the spread. It's not necessarily a shadow card. It's not necessarily subliminal, unconscious, subconscious card, because the 12th house deals with what's hidden. So the root card is, I'm going to call it like I call it on the other spreads, the root card, because it has a connection deep down to the rest of it, not necessarily hidden or unconscious. So let's have some explanation of the Jay's O spread. In this spread, 12 cards are laid out in a circle, and each card corresponds to one of the 12 houses of the astrological chart. A 13th card is the advice card and is placed in the center. And then the root, the bottom card of the deck, is placed next to the advice card. House 1 begins at the 9 o'clock position, and the cards are dealt counterclockwise. Each house refers to a specific area of life, thus the cards are read in reference to the house in which they fall. This spread is not generally used to answer specific questions. It provides an overview of the person's life at the time of the reading. The querent's sun sign or birth chart are not factors in a reading that uses this spread. So let's look at the houses. Let's look at the positions. The first house, the self. The first house refers to the physical body and appearance, as well as the querent's vitality, identity, sense of self, and the immediate impression he makes on others. The second house, personal resources. The second house shows what the querent considers valuable. This includes money, personal possessions, resources, earning ability, and the person's identification with what he owns. The third house, the near environment. The third house covers 3 areas of life that at first may not seem related, but taken together represent normal daily life. What astrologers call the near environment. Communications related to the routine of everyday life. Involvement with friends, neighbors, siblings, and the community at large. And short distance travel in one's near environment. The fourth house, roots. The fourth house represents the foundation of one's life, home, family, parents, especially the mother, tradition, heritage, the past, one's homeland, in short, the querent's roots. The fifth house, self-expression. The fifth house shows the querent's creative and self-expressive side, which may play out as artistic endeavors, romantic relationships, hobbies and amusements, or children. The sixth house, health and service. The sixth house relates to health-oriented routines, including nutrition and exercise, and the link between work and health. It also describes the querent's daily work or chores, duties, job-oriented relationships, service to others, and the capacity for self-sacrifice. The seventh house, one-on-one relationships. Traditionally the house of marriage and partnerships, the seventh represents all one-on-one relationships, business and personal, including relationships with enemies. The 8th house, transformation. The 8th is the house of the past, transformative change, death, inheritance, and other people's resources. In this case, death usually refers to the end of something old so that something new can emerge. The 8th house always shows how another's resources affect you. The 9th house, higher knowledge. The 9th house represents the higher mind, philosophy, religion, spirituality, the law, and advanced education, as well as long-distance travel, especially to foreign lands. This house shows the current search for meaning and how he goes about expanding his horizons. The 10th house, life task. The 10th house represents social or professional status, career, public image, and parents, the father especially. Authority, responsibilities, honor, and reputation are 10th house matters too. The 11th house, friendships. The 11th house refers to the current's friends and groups with which he is affiliated. Goals, hopes, and wishes are shown by this house too. The 12th house, the hidden realm. The 12th house represents that which is hidden or not yet revealed, including our dreams and fantasies. It also reveals the current's latent talents, as well as fears, weaknesses, secrets, and unknown enemies. Because matters associated with this sector are often unknown to us, the house is sometimes connected with self-undoing. Okay, Taurus, we're back. We're going to be doing this new experimental spread. I've already done one for Capricorn. We're going to see how it goes for you. I want to apologize in advance. I've been sick, very sick. I've had bronchitis, so I might have to cough a little or even pause. But let's do a quick review. So go ahead and take a look at the spread really quick. I'll give you some time to look at it. And then let's do a quick review. So for the first house is identity. This is you, your personality, your physicality, and how you look. The associations are fire, wands, Aries, and Mars. And the card that you got for the first house is the 5 of Wands, which is about competition in economic, social, or career areas. It signifies the mad scramble for money and power, success and recognition, with concomitant excesses of greed and corruption. This card represents struggle in the marketplace. It can also indicate that you are involved in ego battles with other people in your workplace or the social arena. Often the image on the card shows 5 men fighting amongst themselves. New factors moving into the situation are demanding that you change, adapt, and grow. Life's not as simple as it was. New competition has moved into the neighborhood or the industry, and you have to put forth a lot more effort to keep what you have gained in terms of money, status, and material goods. Depending on the rest of the reading and how you handle the challenges facing you, you could either suffer hardship and loss or go on to greater success and prosperity. So since this is the first house in identity, this is you, your personality, your physicality, and how you look. So it's possible that to others you look like you're in a high competitive mode. It's possible to others you look like you're scrambling for money, power, and success. It's possible that you see others as competition, or they see you, more than likely they see you as competition, and now you have to deal with the ego battles in your workplace. So now in the second house, let's do a quick review of the second house, which is resources. This is your self-worth, your possessions, your money, and how you earn it. It's associated with Earth, Pentacles, Taurus, and Venus. And you got the 4 of Cups, which represents a state of apathy and withdrawal. However, this may be a necessary rest from the hectic excitement represented by the 3. It's a time to get away by yourself and just drift and dream for a while before getting back into your daily grind. You are in a state of withdrawing your emotions from a situation or a person. After intense emotional involvement, you may need some space in which to be yourself. There's a feeling of letdown after build-up, as in the postpartum blues or when you have faced the daily grind of ordinary life, dealing with all the nitty-gritties of making a marriage work. So basically, your resources right now, your self-worth, you sort of feel apathetic about it. You're sort of rejecting something that the universe might be giving you that you feel you already have. So now in the 3rd house, this is the house of communication and knowledge. What you know, your early learning style, your siblings, your neighbors, your short or routine journeys, your environment. The associations are with air, swords, Gemini, and Mercury. And you got the Page of Pentacles, which indicates good news regarding the acquisition of money or material goods. His appearance suggests someone who's intelligent, refined, sensitive to the arts, and appreciative of the good life. Ambitious and determined, he is goal-oriented. If he does not represent a person, this card indicates your own worldly ambitions and or a message concerning them. So you will be getting a message, a really good positive message concerning some money that's coming in. That's pretty good news. So the 4th house, which let's see here, the 4th house is home and family. This is where you live, your attachments, your roots, your structure, your history, your domestic life, and your emotional security. Associations with water, cups, Cancer, and the moon. And you got the Ace of Swords reversed, which says, as this is an extremely positive card, the reverse position only indicates delays or glitches. What you planned for on the mental plane may not come into manifestation on the physical plane as quickly as you hoped for, and this may be causing frustration and tension. So in the home and family life, you planned for something and you thought maybe it would show up quicker or things would happen faster, but there's going to be a delay to that. So keep that in mind. So now for the 5th house, which is creativity and children, the things we give birth to and take risks on. This is where we play, fall in love, and create. It's associated with fire, wands, Leo, and the sun. You got judgment. You've had a wake-up call from the universe and are now ready to step into a new phase of your maturing process. Your life is fairly settled now, and you are letting things grow and mature at a steady pace. You're not trying to hurry the process. A new phase in your life is coming into being as the natural result of your maturity. Like a tree that has gone through the flowering stage bears fruit as the product of its maturity. You may get important news that will prove beneficial, or you may acquire new knowledge that will bring you joy and a sense of fulfillment. Health improves and problems are easily solved. That's in your 5th house with creativity and children. So that's good news right there. Your creative projects are starting to bloom, and more than likely so are your children. So now on to the 6th house. The 6th house has to do with work and service. This is your health and habits, your responsibilities, the mundane work that you do, and those who do work for you. It's associated with Earth, Pentacles, Virgo, and Mercury. And for the 6th house, you got the Devil. So the Devil is associated with many things, including the planet Saturn and Capricorn. And Capricorn is a direct relative to Taurus. The Devil is a mythical creature with no real substance, but symbolically it represents the bondage that we create and maintain for ourselves. There may be obstacles in the environment that you find frustrating, or you may feel your options are narrowing. Someone else may be involved, but you have the ability to free yourself from the situation by using your willpower. And I think this has to do with work. You're probably dealing with some devilish people at work, or your bondage and attachment to it that you may openly be okay with or not. It also might have to do with your health. The devil has to do with addictions. So you could have some addiction problems, whether it be substances like drugs or even just stuff like sugar and candy and caffeine and stuff like that. So you might want to think about the attachments that you have in your life that you need to clear up and get rid of. So let's move on to the 7th house, which is about relationships. This is where you interact with others and how. Committed romantic or business partnerships and openly declared enemies are represented here. Associations are Air, Swords, Libra, and Venus. And you got the Knight of Pentacles. Unlike the Knight of Wands, who is on a charging horse, the Knight of Pentacles horse is at parade rest, calm and stable. He is poised on the edge of adventure or travel. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight, but he's the one who wins the race. Okay, he's the one who finally gets there. If the Knight represents a person, it's someone with the spirit of adventure, but who is practical and materially minded. He is good at performing any task set for him, but not likely to be a self-starter. If the card does not signify a person, it's just a situation involving arrivals or departures. You may quit a job for a more lucrative one elsewhere, move to another locale for financial or work-related reasons, or experience other changes in your life relative to money, possessions, or security. And it's in the 7th house, which has to do with relationships. So I think there's a slow, practical movement towards someone or even with someone. And it could be a business partner also. So I do think that the Knight of Pentacles is a really good card, because it means that you're having slow, practical growth. So you might be having slow, practical growth with a business partner or a business in general. So the next house is the 8th house, which is the tough stuff. This house represents the things we don't want to talk about: death, taxes, inheritances. It's also joint resources, other people's money, sex, and transformation. It's associated with water, cups, Scorpio, and Pluto. And you got the 6 of Wands reversed. The hopes and wishes you have for success are being delayed, often by factors over which you have no control. You feel frustrated and angry, ready to do battle to get things set right. You're being challenged by circumstances to take a stance about who you are and what you intend to accomplish. You may have experienced some kind of betrayal that has caused you to reevaluate your self-image. So I'm pretty sure it's possible that some taxes and some inheritances and joint resources and other people's money that you were depending on that was going to be coming through is going to be delayed now. So keep that in mind. So now let's move on to the 9th house, which has to do with expansion and beliefs. This house is about expanding your mind, your horizons, your knowledge, and your belief systems. It's religion, philosophy, travel, adventure, law, and the learning we do because we want to. It's associated with fire, wands, Sagittarius, and Jupiter. And you got the King of Cups. The King of Cups has a loving demeanor. He is a mature man, usually pictured seated on a throne, often with water in the background. This king's expression is benign, his attitude relaxed and non-threatening. This king indicates a man who is kindly disposed, a benevolent father figure who may represent your own father or someone who fills that role for you. Whether as a friend, advisor, or lover, he is utterly trustworthy and dependent, and he can be relied upon to come through for you when you need him. Most interpretations consider this king to be a man of culture, knowledgeable about and interested in the arts, possibly himself a creative type. If the king does not represent an actual person, he indicates a situation that is favorable, especially if it is an artistic pursuit. So I think that there's benevolent expansion of your beliefs that are going to be taking place, as well as, travel, adventure, and even the law. So keep that in mind. That's good. So the next house is the 10th house, which is career. This is your career, your reputation, you in the world, your public persona, your social responsibilities. It's associated with Earth, Pentacles, Capricorn, and Saturn. And you got the 3 of Pentacles, which is the card of craftsmanship, someone who has already developed skill in a profession or trade. It's time to turn these skills to profit, and success is assured. 3 of Pentacles usually shows you are planning and conferring about a future action, such as cooperating in a business venture. You are acquiring marketable skills, preparing yourself for action in the world. You might be a recent graduate or have gone back to school to upgrade your skills or change your career. You are enterprising and may be interested in some particular area of commerce or a specific trade or business. You can anticipate a rise in prestige and earnings. This card can also indicate a payback period when you demonstrate your abilities and begin to reap the rewards of your efforts, or you could receive money that's owed to you. So in your career house, this is a really great card to have there, because this is a collaboration card. And as you can see, they're working together, planning things out for a prosperous future. So that's something to really look forward to. So for the 11th house, which is friends and community, here we find your hopes and dreams, your friends, your associations, and your social life. It's associated with air, swords, Aquarius, and Uranus. And you got temperance, which says that you are being asked to blend things in a harmonious way, and you have the ability to achieve this goal. You're learning to temper your ego needs with the legitimate needs of the spirit within. This is a time of inner growth and outer harmony. With patience, you can blend disparate elements, whether they are raw materials, resources, personnel, or ideas, into a harmonious whole. So I think that since it's in your 11th house, you have hopes and dreams of sort of blending your friends together into a harmonious whole, a harmonious social life, which is a great thing. Maybe you guys will start a group on Facebook, or you'll have a meetup group. You might even come together and start a business. So for the final house, the 12th house, this is the house of secrets and undoing. This is us in private. It's the things we keep locked away in the closet, the things that bring us undone. It's also karmic lessons, spirituality, where we escape in what we know subconsciously. Associations, water, cups, Pisces, and Neptune. And you got the Wheel of Fortune, which is a really good card, and it's upright, and it's sort of a secret. You have done something, quit a job, made travel reservations, begun or ended a relationship, or opted out of a friendship or other situation. Destiny has been set in motion, and all will turn out as it is intended. There's very little more you have to do except to go with the flow. There may be unexpected turns of events, such as meeting people while you are on a journey or receiving an offer of some sort. But they too are part of the grand plan for your life. This card is the precursor of good fortune. So that's pretty interesting because it's hidden away. It's secret. It's also associated with undoing. So I think that you need to manage this secret thing you've done. Either you've broken up with somebody, or you've left somebody behind, or some other situation. Maybe you quit a job, or you're about to quit a job. So just keep in mind that you need to be careful and, only let people who should know. If not, let no one know. Now on to the advice. You actually got 2 advice cards. So the first advice card you got is the 9 of Pentacles, which is it suggests independence from financial concerns and worries. You receive abundance from proper management in business or financial affairs. This card says you've arrived, accomplished your goals, and now feel secure. You have integrated the factors of your life into a secure base. Now you are enjoying money, resources, and physical energy as a smooth combined flow. There is plenty all around you: material well-being, order, safety, and success. That's a great, that advice is amazing. And the next advice card is also a great card. It's the Fool. At this time, you are out of sync with the rest of the world, but in a positive way. You may want to go out on your own, or you may feel somehow isolated from the general group, a loner. Your experience of the current situation is different from those around you, which may make you feel as if you are marching to a different drummer, and you probably are. You need to listen to that different drummer, for this is the beat of your authentic self trying to get your attention. So I think you've got things planned out, Taurus, and you have hidden away in your 12th house good fortune, which is amazing. But don't let that undo you. Okay, so let's find out what the root card is. Now, at the root of the entire reading, you got strength. So you have come through severe trials and triumphed. You have found your deep inner strength, and it will see you through whatever comes your way. You are firmly connected to the instinctual world represented by the lion, and you are able to make friends with it and control it for your own benefit and that of others. Your positive connection to your animal self will protect and care for you. Your inner drives are in harmony with your outer needs, and your instinctive nature is supporting all that you do or hope to do. At this time, your logical mind, if it is in conflict with your intuition, is not as important in making decisions as is what you feel to be right for you. Whatever decisions you make or actions you take will be successful. So this is a pretty good root energy to have associated with this spread. I think you're doing pretty good, Taurus, and I think that as long as you continue maybe channeling that Knight of Pentacles energy, and you slowly grind and accumulate and get better and better without doing anything erratic, I think that you're on your way to a very successful February. So I just want to say thank you again for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Please tell everybody about my show. I will continue to try to experiment with this spread, as well as I'll continue to do J spreads for Taurus. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.